Welcome back to another episode of Unhinged Bookish Thoughts. This is a after hours episode. And by that I mean it's like 8 and 9 p.m. for us. So
yes,
it's getting spicy tonight. This episode we are going to be going over Hallowpeen.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy read it sort of. Like here's the thing, guys. With our buddy reads, Liz usually actually reads the book, and then it takes me like 1 to 2 weeks to actually
1 to 2 business days.
Yeah, get my shit together. But we did read it for Halloween, and it was a real treat. No pun intended.
It was an experience. Yes.
Yeah,
so
but
let's set up what Hallowpeen is for anyone who doesn't know. I think the best way to describe it is a shifter. No, because they're not really shifters. They're just creatures.
Yeah.
They're not really monsters. They're definitely just more like creatures, right? And so
yeah,
there's 2 stories within this novella. I don't even know how many pages it is. It's not that many. It is entirely spice. It is. I mean, there's a plot, but you have to like explain it really hard.
Yeah.
To see it.
Yeah. And it's like one of those books, kind of like Unhinged, that you go into it and you just have fun with it. Like if you are taking this book way too seriously, it's not the book for you. Like
no.
I don't even know how. Yeah, I don't even know how someone can like review this badly because
like, why are you taking it seriously? It's not supposed to be serious.
Just have fun with it. Nobody is actually like. Just have fun with it. I don't know.
A literary masterpiece. This is just for a good time, not for a long time. It's not supposed to be like fully flushed out, I guess I would say, like you would expect in most like fantasy books. You know, this is very much just a random, unhinged KU smut read.
Yeah. And I would say too, like, I have no notes, like bad notes. I thought it went smoothly, like start to finish. You got what it was in store, like it's fully very much delivered.
Like Unhinged, where like you expect like there's gonna be a door. There's a door, and the chick's gonna bang a door. Hallowpeen, there's jack-o'-lantern men, and she's gonna bang them.
3 of them.
Get that. 3 of them.
All 3 of them. So little about me. I am not a super like intense why choose girly. I get very jealous.
Yes.
I like to pick one. But with this one, I was like, yeah, why wouldn't you be with all 3? You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you're going to fuck a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern guy, why wouldn't you do it with all 3 of them?
I mean, go for all 3 at once. It's fine. It's fine. I will give it to the author where all the like nitty gritty details that I wasn't expecting were like so they were not. It's hard to explain without actually giving an example. So here you go. The jack-o'-lantern men had pumpkin seed fingernails. Okay.
The sheer detail and like how vivid it was honestly it was insane. It was insane but amazing. I will say I had a very hard time with my pumpkin spice lattes this season. You know, with the pumpkin sweet cream foam. A girl was struggling after this book because of just the sheer detail.
It was just a little much.
Gotta say, loved it.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It definitely made me go, okay. And then it made me go, no. Oh, okay. No. Example. I was like, yeah, like, she gets transported to this like parallel universe where she has 3 pumpkin men that are going to their entire intent is just to satisfy her. Let's go. We love obsessed men. Okay. That's what we're here for. And then find out that their cum has like mini chocolate chips in it. And I was like, ew, no. The thought of that, I was like, no.
Yeah. It was, and then, you know, another fun part was like the puns. I really loved the puns.
Yes.
All of that felt really great. And then it was also just like, I remember making a note and sending you a Snapchat of the sheer detail the author went into when describing the squash dongs.
Yes.
I was like, this is literally so intense and crazy.
As like on the author side of things, I'm like, the amount of research and like plotting out, even for like the short novella that it is, I'm like, you had to like sit down and be like, okay, this is what each of them look like. Because there are 3 pumpkin men and then there's a candy man. And so you have to like, she would have to sit down and like plot each one to like minute detail on like what their hands look like, their body looks like, their face, because each one has to be a little bit different. I like that how the jack-o'-lanterns actually didn't like have faces. It was the jack-o'-lantern, right? It was a pumpkin. And then like the candle just flickered inside of their face. And I was like, okay, that would be kind of creepy. I'm sorry.
I want to see the fan art.
I know.
Probably be really into it. And that's questioning. I like question myself sometimes and my sanity.
You like this?
The only thing that I did think was like slightly strange was before she went into like the port, I don't know, their world or whatever, the way she was like caressing the pumpkins before she knew that they were going to come. Do you remember that? She's just like touching them.
She was very much like terrified of everything. And then she's like, the chick's like, oh, you should do it. And she's just like, you know what? Maybe I could. And like, just stroking the pumpkin, and I was just like, this is weird.
But honestly, like, I saw myself in her in that moment because the way she just instantly folded to the pressure of her friend.
That was you.
No, okay, I guess I will. Let's do it.
I guess I will. Fine. If you say I have to, I guess I will. Yeah. It's very much like it was giving like Beetlejuice / Bloody Mary vibes. Like, I don't know if anybody when you were younger did Bloody Mary in the mirror. It's very much that, but then you end up with 3 hunky, very well endowed pumpkin men.
Yeah.
That are going to roil you.
They're gonna do some things for sure.
Yeah. I did think it was funny. I like the ending of the first story and like how it led into the second one, because it was like they came so hard that like the realm shattered and like started vibrating. I was like, damn, how far did they go? It's like, that is you all 3 were able to like shake a world. That's intense.
Fellas, take notes.
Take notes. You're shaking well.
So the second half of the book, okay, so I will be honest. The first half, I was really into it. Second half, it was good, but I kind of missed my pumpkin fellas. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then we got into this stage of talking about this guy, the candy man, essentially.
Yeah, it's like, I did like the lore of him. I thought it was very much over the top, like, but it made sense that it was over the top because you have this whole town that will not leave a piece of candy out because I think the candy man's gonna come get them. And I'm like, you know what? I could believe that, but like to have a whole town be like into it, like, yeah, like that's nobody for however many years, right, had left candy out. And so I also was a little confused, and this is like a side like tangent. I was confused on how those like 2 related, right? Like when the candy man isn't, when he's just waiting, right, to like go on Halloween to the mortal world, where is he in the land that the jack-o'-lanterns are in?
I think they talked about how each of them got their own like portal.
Yeah, they're all like sense. Their houses, like the houses they're in, have their own portal kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think the 3 pumpkins even said to the one gal, they were like, "Don't worry, with us around, he's not gonna come and find you."
Yeah, and so like do the jack-o'-lanterns stay like in their homes, and then like the candy man's like roaming the streets kind of thing?
Well, but I kind of thought that the candy man was almost like a Lucifer situation where he was the demon
over it. Okay.
Does that?
I can see that? That makes sense. Yeah. Like, I was thinking, like, if they were, like, separate, right? Like, the house is one, like, realm kind of thing, and they're in there, and the Candyman's on, like, the street and, like, the porches at all times. Wouldn't it be hilarious if, like, she's there, right? And, like, in the house, and she's, like, looking out the window, and all of a sudden, like, the Candyman just shows up, like, and, like, he's just on the street, just roaming it.
Well,
waiting for a piece of candy.
I don't know about you, but, like, when he did appear, did he seem kind of upset when she, like, didn't Like, she didn't try and call upon him, it just kind of happened, and didn't he seem, like, kind of fucking bummed? Yeah, he was
he's
like,
"Wait,
"Oh."
you didn't call upon me? What? How dare you?"
I
Like,
mean, don't worry,
offended.
she fucking made up for it. Nobody worry about poor Candyman, but I was a little confused by that whole situation, though, I'm not gonna lie. But again, it's not like we're not solving mysteries.
We're not going into theory, a breakdown about the Candyman. I thought the vibrating sucker was hilarious because it was like, how many licks to the middle of the Tootsie Pop? That's all I kept thinking.
Okay, but here's the thing. You gotta help out with that for our audience. I don't remember any details about the Candyman. I don't
remember anything about him as like a person, but I remember strictly that he ties her to the bed with like Laffy Taffy. Because it's like sweet.
Yes.
Like the jack-o'-lanterns are very much like the stereotypical like jack-o'-lantern like shifter kind of thing. And then
the stereotypical, like this is normal,
you know. I just think back to like Easter and like all the Easter Unhinged KU smut that I read, and I'm like, yeah, like, you know, when the peeps, right? Like the peeps, like the jack-o'-lanterns look like jack-o'-lantern men. And then the Candyman, I was like, I don't even know what this man looks like. I just know that he like shows up, straps her to a bed with like Laffy Taffy or like licorice, and then makes her. Does he make her come over, or does he like edge her? I can't remember which.
The worst part is I barely remember the second half of this book.
I mainly remember the vibrator because like he showed up with it, and it was like, I think it was, he made her come over and over again because like every single time she came, it like shrunk a little bit, and so it kept going and going and going. That's why I'm like, it's a Tootsie Pop, because it kept going until the middle, and then it was like gone.
I don't remember this at all, and I'm so upset.
I think the thing I liked the least was that when Candyman came, it was gummy bears.
Oh my god,
that was so bad.
I remember
like,
that.
No, because he used the condom. Okay.
Yes.
He used the condom and then took it off, and it was a bag of gummy bear.
I was so confused by the condom thing because I was like, what do you mean?
I think he did it so that it, like, collected all of the gummy bears, so it didn't go into her. So he had, because they were little gummy bears that tasted like cum.
Could you imagine? Could you?
Okay, but have you seen the like TikTok videos where it's like they make the frozen gummy bears? like picture, I was picturing in it like.
It's like, and
Ew.
could you also imagine like it's like Bean Boozled, the jelly bean game, and it's just all the gross fucking flavors.
All of them. Well, I mean, if it tastes like cum, yeah, it's just gonna be an entire bag of gummy bears. That's what they're called, gummy bears. That was like my biggest like issue with it. But okay, it was very thoughtful of him to put on a condom so that didn't go in her like. And I like think of them as like full size gummy bears. Like I don't think of them as like mini ones, right?
No, and the way that he like roared with his orgasm, it's not the mini ones. It's got to be like the jumbo fucking.
But like that sounds painful. Sounds very painful. Like
also, but I can't imagine what that felt like for her. How that felt when he shot that into her.
I have been keeping the girls, so like Tally, Michelle, Claire, and Renee. I keep them up to date on the Unhinged smut because Michelle's fantastic. She like finds, like, if she sees one, she sends it to me. And I was like, hey, have you read? Or she'll be like, hey, I found this one. And I'm like, I've already read it.
I love when they send it in the heathens chat.
Oh my god, and we're like, we have already read that. Yes. I still want to read the Poseidon one. That's like pounded by Poseidon.
Did you see there's a Christmas peen or something like that? A candy cane?
Yeah,
we'll have to read that.
But I've been keeping them up to date, and so I sent them after I read Halloween, and I was like, and man, that was the most disturbing part, was the gummy bears.
Yeah.
I had a lot of food analogies too, and I was like, okay, and then some I was like, stop trying to ruin some food for me. As I said, I made it through Butcher and Blackbird without not liking ice cream anymore, so I think I'm okay.
That's fair. Yeah, I will say Butcher and Blackbird actually didn't ruin anything for me either.
No. So I was like, I don't like gummy bears anyways, but
I think it's just the initial shock factor of it all. Like, you're initially taken back, but it's fine. I would say, though, that nothing about this book was, like, literally that off-putting. Yeah. For our Thanksgiving episode, for anybody watching, we have a Thanksgiving one, there were some wildly off-putting ones.
There was a lot. Hey, and we'll talk more about it, but, like, it was a struggle for some. The one that I know you're thinking of, that one was a struggle. And then I ended up DNFing 2 of them because I was like, no, can't do it. I still want to read Were Turkey, so I may try to read them. They're fun.
But some of them, like the sheer graphic detail, it was a little icky.
It's a little much. Which I like the ones like this one reminded me a lot of Unhinged because it wasn't like over the top. I think some, and I think we'll get into it when we do like the DNF series, right? Like some go over the top to be like to be cringy, I feel.
Yeah.
And maybe that's just like the writing style, but this one, it wasn't like that. Like it was well written, I guess I would say. Because we've read some, and I keep them under the category of Unhinged KU. Like that's just what they are. They are ones that are strictly on KU, where you can read them and they have their own category. They really are. And so we've read some that are just, no.
It's definitely like a shock value thing. This one was still like spicy, fun, and flirty with shock values. Like, it is different. Yeah. It is different. Don't go in thinking like this is going to be one of your book boyfriends. Still was fun. At one point, in the first half, I was like, I like this kind of a lot. And then... But Candyman didn't do it for me. He didn't do it for me.
Wait, do we have to have White Shoes then? Do we need another White Shoes book? Maybe. I like White Shoes though. I think if I get you to read a White Shoes, I know which one we're going to read, and we're going to do the audiobooks because it's a full cast. So.
I would say White Shoes in this type of setting, totally. Because they each bring something that's a little wild, and I'm like, yeah, sure. But when it's like real life people, like, no. I can't do it. Or like if they all bone, they can bone all day long, but then she needs to be with just one. Yeah. You date one of them and then you bone all of them.
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll just give me all of them. Yep. I'll take it's fine.
Liz is greedy. She
like, I'm good. Keep them going. What book did oh, I know. I was like, I read one recently. I think it was How I Thought Sharing Her Pie was gonna go, and that did not turn out how I thought it was gonna go.
Wait, but no, Sharing Her Pie was fine. We both were fine with that one.
That was weird. Well,
it was like stuffed or like basted. That was the one that we both.
No, Sharing Her Pie just kind of gave me the ick on how it was written. I think I'm like, why are no. And now I know which ones. I'm like, I don't like this particular type of thing, which is I already know that, but. I'm like, no, I'm good. But why choose, sadly? Gladly.
We are just unlocking the levels of Thanksgiving smut that we're comfortable with. So if you watch our next episode and you love Basted, tear it up.
Not
that level of Thanksgiving smut just wasn't.
No. I read a lot of Halloween ones though. I can't even tell you all the ones that I read. Hold on. I couldn't. There was a time because like I do it for the holidays, right? So I do.
Was this the only one I read?
I think so. I read like the entire month of. Hold on.
In terms of Halloween, we're kind of going off, but that's okay.
Yeah.
While you look that up, we did read Blood Orange.
Oh yeah, Blood Orange and Black Rose. I read both of those. I like those. That was vampire. Yeah. So I enjoyed those. I like what other book did I read by her?
Karina, is it Hal or Hale?
Hale. Yeah, I think it's Hale. I should remember what books I even read that. I don't know. I've read so many, especially novellas. I've read a lot of books in November because I'm doing November novellas. And so
she says we did, but literally
I haven't done anything.
I've read 3 novellas.
I've read a lot. Going through here. Well, okay. So these are some that also count as Halloween. I read Corny, which is a FM candy corn.
I didn't read that one. It's on my Kindle still, but I didn't read it. Damn it.
That's funny. I read Wickedly Sweet, which I'll be completely honest, I don't remember that one. I think if I looked at the... No, I do remember it. I do remember it now. It's another MFM romance. It's very short, and it's got a tad bit of primal to it, so I know some people that wouldn't really like that. I read Hollow and Legend. That was the other one I did by Katrina Hale. Here we go. I also read Carving for Kara, Scream for Us.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wait. Remember we read the one with the dude on the cover, the Dirty Tricks? That was the one. Do you remember Dirty Tricks? It was...
Did I read it?
You made me read this one.
What was it about?
That was the one with the chainsaw in the end. Where it starts out, where she gives the dude a blowy in her sleep. You read that with me. You read it with me because we read it together. Okay, we'll do a quick recap on this one too, because these are part of like the Halloween stuff, because this was a Halloween read. Okay, open. First chapter. He's sneaking back into the college. It's not even a college, it's a school. It's a boarding school. It's for like high school kids. And he sees this like very skinny girl in the room that he usually sneaks back in with. You read this with me. You don't remember it though.
I didn't read it.
That's with me.
Oh no.
You just need to read this one. And then she is like in this really thin nightgown. And she's sleepwalking. And she walks up to him, drops to his knees, takes his pants off. And
I remember this one. No, I remember now. Oh my god, I remember.
And he was just like, yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, I really disassociated with that one.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
I shoved that one way down. I think it was we were both questioning like how we felt about it because she was. I remember
felt very much like the R word.
Because wasn't he like sleeping in the not the walls, but like he was like
he like comes in like he has to sneak back into the school, and these are like high school kids, which is like even weirder. I'm like, you can age them up. That's just weird. He comes back into the building through like a vent in her floor, which is under her bed. And then he like continues to stalk her that way. And I'm like,
doesn't it give like Notre Dame vibes or something? Because isn't he supposed to be like, and she has like a boyfriend and they go to the party.
Yeah.
Guys, I did read it.
It's not in here. It's not showing up. But I also read A No Way Out too in, I think it was October, because it's about Halloween, because it's, what is it called? It is
by Santana Knox, right?
Yes, it's Cornfield. And then, what else? This does not, I'm like, what else have I read? My Kindle says I've read 49 books on it this year, so.
Also, shout out to Santana Knox, because I think that they are amazing, and that book was really intense, but they do really, 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 really great job of giving trigger like warnings. So
it's based out of Ohio, and I did delete my notes on it because I was like, I don't need these anymore. But it very much, I remember typing the first one out. I said, this motherfucker has a Star Wars tattoo. What? I need details. And then the whole time I'm like trying to figure out where in Ohio this is. I'm like, is this Athens? This feels like Athens. It feels like Athens. This is Athens, Ohio. Okay. I get it.
That one was a roller coaster of emotions because you read it first, and the voice memos that I was getting, and you were like, Carrie,
you were like, share these sometime because they're crazy.
And you were even like, I don't know, Carrie, if this is one for you. But the more you talked about it, the more I was like, I need
to read this.
I have to read this.
I did like Scream for Us. That one was. I think I'm going to continue that series because they're like season based. I think the next one's Christmas, like Gifted for You or something. And so I think I'm gonna keep going with that series. I liked it. I thought it was
short, spicy,
wickedly sweet to keep with like the Halloween theme. Masked Men, Maze, Salem, if I'm correct in the one that I'm thinking of. I think that's this one. Let me go in. Yes.
Did I not read a single fucking book?
People, I'm always like, there's like this theory, right? That like if you read this many books, there's no way you can remember them. I can remember them. I just need like prompted on what it is. And I'm like, I think that's what this one is. And I'm like, let me look. And so I click on it. It says Salem. I'm like, I was right. So yeah, there's a maze and it's her brother's two best friends.
Smash.
There you go. That one was short too. So I have this up so I can tell you how many pages Hallowpeen is. Hallowpeen. Let's see. How many? It is called Hallowpeen, a Halloween sentient object romance. Which, I guess I don't think of it as a sentient object because in my mind, like, door, right, Unhinged, or, like, stuffed, or even basted. Those in my mind are sentient because they're, like, in the, like, place, right? Like, basted. They're turkey basters in a kitchen.
Oh, but so for you, it kind of switched on this one because it was a pumpkin, but you you have to like go to a portal.
Yes.
Like it's
that like
I get what you're
switches.
saying.
Yeah. I'm laughing at just like that. I can say that I read this. And it's only 85 pages, and it is on KU. So if it is something that people would like to read, it is on Kindle Unlimited, so you can experience it. 3 women, one occult ritual, and an urban legend come true are waiting for you to discover just how delicious Halloween can be. That is a very good, like, just starting it out. Yeah, curl up with some candy and a pumpkin spice latte while you enjoy the autismal delights of Halloween.
Oh my god. Don't recommend. Don't recommend that.
But you would be like...
Yeah. It just would feel really thick. It would be really hard swallowing that one down. And I'd be
so sick. Also, I need you to know that my Kindle is now catching on to what I'm doing. I now have recommendations of Halloween or Christmas Unhinged smut.
I love it.
Thank you, Kindle, for paying attention to me. I appreciate that.
And I'll say this to anybody listening: if you guys have recommendations of books like these, send them our way. We will. We're down for pretty much everything, especially in this sense because we're doing it for fun. We like to like have fun, giggle, laugh, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Because we'll look for Christmas ones for next month. And then we'll do one for Valentine's Day, maybe?
I really do think we should do something for Valentine's Day.
I think Valentine's Day and St. Patty's Day. So it was entertaining. I wouldn't I think it's one of those reads that like you just have to read it. Just read it.
Experience it. Have fun with it. Yeah. I don't know if there's trigger warnings, but if there is, I can't remember.
Yeah. I can't remember either. I can open it. I don't think I can actually borrow it right now. But
go into it. Yeah. And if you don't like it, you just fucking don't read it. You know what I mean?
And that's like most of the ones with like this type of book, right? These like random sentient object ones. I don't feel like I've ever not recommended one. I'm probably basted. I would not recommend that to people because that one,
it was intense.
It's gonna give me nightmares.
Yeah. But also, I want to be a little mindful that if people are like actually into this, I don't want to kink shame you.
No.
We don't read it in terms of like unlocking a kink. We just do it for fun. So
Yes. This is more of a fun thing for us. I would say there's not many that I've read, and we've read a lot, that I wouldn't recommend to people because I feel like if you just need something that's entertaining, palate cleanser, something that because like a lot of these go pretty viral on TikTok, on Instagram, those type of places. So if you just want to like experience it, do it. Do it.
You've got literally nothing. You've got nothing to lose. If you're like, actually, this is taking a weird turn, then you just fucking return it. You know what I mean?
Stop reading it, and you can gladly just DNF it. Like that's the thing. Just be done with it. But I mean, I've read the Easter ones. Those were very interesting. So I've read some wild ones. But anything else you wanted to say about this one? I think I'm good.
No, just for sure we're gonna close this out and everything like that. But again, like I think the motto of read what you want and don't be a dick is pretty strong. Especially with these ones. Just have fucking fun with it. Like just have fun with it.
Yeah. Like these are definitely not like don't sit down and think, well, let me critique this. Why? There are some books that I am fully with where I'm like, this is not one that I'm going to go into. This is my shut off the brain. Like we were having the conversation of like, I'm a dumb reader. I just shut off my brain kind of thing. I don't often do that, but with these books, I do. I shut off my brain and I just laugh.
I love that video that TikTok. Oh, I wish I knew what her username was. I feel so bad. But she told me what a dummy reader was, and I am a dummy reader.
I'm a dummy reader.
In everything, like, through and through, and I'm so glad that that's a thing.
Which I'm typically, like, a pretty, like, critical reader. Like, I will sit there and I will, like, go into detail about prose and structure and all of these things. But with these, I'm just like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
That's why, buddy, reading these together, we're usually on the same page. You give us a book that we take seriously, odds are I am loving it, and Liz is like...
Phantasm.
Liz is like, God, I'm keeping that in there for the record. Everybody's going to hear that you don't like Phantasm.
I don't like Phantasm. I did not like...
Wait.
Phantasm? What is it?
Did I say Phantasma?
How do you pronounce the name?
Phantasma?
Phantasma? Yeah, there you go. That sounds right. Yeah.
I did read that. We did read that as part of our Halloween month.
We did. I did not like that one very much. It was like a 3.5 maybe for me. I don't know. It just wasn't. I would gladly talk about books I don't like. You'll hear all about it when Onyx Storm comes out.
Jesus. We both talked about that today. I think it's going to make good content, but we both are dreading that for different reasons.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long.
She's dreading it because she has to read the fucking book. I'm dreading it because I'm worried I'm going to vibe with it and you're going to hate it.
You're going to totally vibe with it. I'm going to be like, it's going to be Iron Flame again, where I'm like, what is this pile of crap? Why is it still going?
But I'm still in a denial about that book because I still can't figure out. I ride for it, but I still don't know why I liked it.
I don't know why I like it. Because it was a vibe. That's why. It was a vibe. Yeah. That was it. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we've gotten more books that we were opposite on lately. We haven't found one that we both vibed with recently. I can't remember the last one we both vibed with.
No, let's think about it. There's gotta be one.
This Unhinged kind of one. You know what I mean?
I feel like there was one.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through my Kindle ones, and I'm going back.
What's the
Pasta Syndrome? Do you remember reading that one?
The noodle one? Yes.
That's so funny. That's good. That's good.
And the spaghetti noodle, right?
Yeah, or something.
Guys, we've read it all. We've read it all.
I've read it all. Don't worry. I'm looking back in my KU. Yeah, thank you for giving me a credit. I know, I have a lot of credits. I get that.
I'm still trying to figure out what the last fucking book that we tried to take seriously and what did we both
that we vibed with. I don't even know. That's what I'm going to go back in. Let me see. I'm going to listen history.
Lights Out.
Yeah. I feel like that's in its own category.
Yeah, Lights Out is its
own. Yeah, that's its own thing.
Honestly, Lights Out, guys, we did a whole episode on it, and Liz and I still haven't gotten through how much we love that book.
I mean, not Acadia. I just don't think I liked it as much as you did. I like that one though.
That's true.
I like Carrie Lake's writing. I think it's really good. I like that one.
Ariel and I are on a next level with that one. But you did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. It's not. I don't even know how to describe it. I liked it, but it wasn't I didn't get to the level you two are. I'm here, and you guys are up here. I'm yeah, I vibe with it. I like her writing, so I will definitely continue reading Carrie.
I also don't think your brain at the time didn't want to consume that heavy, that length of a book, but you did. That length of the book, I just don't understand why I do that with my hands. Yeah. Also, we're just gonna side note on that. Take care of your guys' self, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I have been very much essentially off the internet for almost 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
If the world feels like it's on fire, we get it. We very much don't. We're not feeling good.
That's it. The last couple of months have been, I would say, more challenging. 2024 has been challenging in itself, but I would say that the last few months have amped that up more so. And then, like, you had to throw in getting surgeries.
Yeah, Liz had surgery. She was recovering. I was actually supposed to have a solo episode, but your girl just was down hard. I would say definitely the last 2 weeks, I think all of us are, well, for the most part, a lot of us are feeling not great.
And I feel like just the vibe and like the book community has gotten harsh, I guess I would say, over the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 2 months maybe. And so it's made it where it's harder to want to be on the internet.
Yeah.
So we both have been kind of taking a step back. I mean, this week, I have almost all my content. I've changed my posting schedule. I've changed everything so I don't have to be on the internet as much. Yeah. I just don't. It's just not a vibe anymore. So take care of your mental health. It matters. Take a step back if you need it. It's fine. So yeah. I've been just on that. So we will be back next week with a Thanksgiving episode.
Jesus.
Where you're going to go through all of the Thanksgiving novellas that I've been reading, because they've all been novellas. We had a post on our page, so if there's any that you would like to read before we get that posted, do so. Just going to be entertaining. So we will be back next week with that one. Until then, read what you want and don't be a dick.